I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon, and we will grow. And I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit's Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Venus, the planet of love, romance, relationship, the planet that rules Taurus and Libra, the planet that represents your material life, Maya, and also Daitya Guru Shukracharya. But on the exalted state, it represents Mata Mahalakshmi, which is complete surrender to the divine. Such powerful, multifaceted Venus will move in the zodiac sign of Leo. But before it moves in the zodiac sign of Leo, it crosses the Gandanta of Ashlesha Magha Nakshatra. I have made the video on that explaining what it means. You can see the thumbnail here. Also, you can get the link in the pinned comment section or description box below. Do watch that video after this video to understand what is happening when Venus is crossing the Gandanta. But here Venus is now in Leo zodiac sign on 31st of July. Till 25th of August for 25-26 days, Venus will be impacting the zodiac sign of Leo. Leo is the zodiac sign of Sun and a very hot zodiac sign. It has a lot of potential. But a planet such as Venus, which is a watery planet, when it comes in Leo, it becomes bold, it becomes expressive, it becomes over-dominating, it becomes somewhat which is no longer timid. It wants to bring fame, it wants to shine. It's like your aura is glowing like a fireball and you are impactful, you resonate with people, you are influential, and you become somewhat like a sun. So, Venus in Leo is a remarkable transit with respect to healing ability. Now, there is retrograde Mercury being there, which also means you will have to be very careful in your communication with your loved ones. Otherwise, one wrong thing and things will go bad. There is a retrograde Saturn right in front of Venus, which always will remind you of the sacrifice that you have made and that you are going to make to fulfill your dreams and desires. So, whatever you want to get in life, when you're requesting it from the universe, you should be ready to pay the cost for that also. It will be an exchange of energy. Venus is impacting Saturn, Saturn is impacting Venus. So Mata Lakshmi's Kripa will come to you if you chant Shri Suktam. Let's discuss for each ascendant what this transit has to offer. But before that, do not forget to hit like, subscribe the channel because it's the subscription that keeps you and me stay connected. And if you want to follow me on Instagram for reels and interesting stuff, you can go there. If you want to take my consultations, you can drop me an email. The email ID is in the description box and on the screen. And if you want to book online PDF report, which is computer generated report, system generated report, which has 300 pages of your horoscope, of your chart, 10 years of superficial, like top level prediction, kind of a guidance. And this is exclusively for your date of birth, time of birth and city of birth. So this can give you a fair bit of idea. This is not a prediction, this is not a consultation, but this is a great way of having a top level view on your entire life. And I will be adding a bonus numerology section in that. If you want to check that out, book that from the link in the description box below. Let's start Venus transit in Leo, ascendant wise analysis. Aries. If you observe that for Aries, Venus will be in the 5th house. Venus will be along with retrograde Mercury, especially from 5th of August. And the Venus transit is very, very important. After all, Venus rules your 7th house and 2nd house, and Venus being in the 5th house is good for your education, it's good for creative expression. Especially being in the Leo zodiac sign, the nature of Leo is such that it is outgoing, it is extrovert. So it is going to make you express yourself boldly. It will help you express your emotions in a manner which you have never conveyed before. This will take you become more adventurous in life and in your dressing sense. You will also see that if you are a fashion designer, if you are into textile industry, this is going to be a very, very positive transit for you. But on the other hand, the beauty of Venus can be burnt by the impact of the Sun and impact of retrograde Mercury. because Mercury will be moving backward on 8th of August. Mercury will be hitting the Venus, and remember, for Aries, Mercury is the 6th lord, which means while you are dealing with matters related to romance, you have to be very careful about how you're communicating your words. Your expression is creative and out of the box, but sometimes, out of jokingly, you say something which is not perceived in right manner by the other person, and then a war starts. So beware of any such impractical communication. Beware of any such joke or things which can actually turn your positive experience into a negative one. A 5th house Venus is also good for people who are working in the salon space, spa space. A retrograde Saturn right in front of the Venus, which is in the 11th house, also shows that it will make you first unhappy and then will give you different options to explore. So it's more like you are going to explore something positive for you. But you will also be equally confused which option to choose from. Choose the path which is dharma sammat, which is as per dharma. For couples who are trying for marriage, for new relationship, this is going to be a positive time. But because of the impact of retrograde Mercury and retrograde Saturn, because Venus is in that axis, you need to be extra cautious and careful. Taurus. In case of Taurus as an ascendant, Venus transit will happen in your 4th house. A 4th house Venus is very positive. See retrograde Mercury there, which is your 2nd and 5th lord. So it's a very, very positive transit. It's a transit that works on your Anahat chakra. So doing chanting, doing positive affirmations, opening your heart and loving everybody, and also sharing your positive experiences with others so that everybody can inspire, everybody can get inspired and everybody can have a good laugh, is a very good remedy. It's like you are in a happy mood, so you are sharing that. On the other side, Venus in the 4th house also means gain from real estate and properties. So you might buy a new car, you might renovate your house, or you might rework on the finances so that you can buy a 3 BHK, but earlier you were planning a 2 BHK, just an example. So there will be expansion, there will be positive approach in life for Taurus. After all, it's your Lagna Lord. And when the Lagna Lord is with 2nd and 5th Lord, overall, it's only positive. So if you really want to do big things in life, this might be the time, but just check your Mahadasha or Antardasha. This Venus aspects the career part, the 10th house retrograde Saturn. So this surprisingly also gives you room for relaxation. So if you are struggling a lot, now you will see that there will be a relaxed space for you. Although it won't be a very big time, it may be small chunks of time in between, but you will have good moments. And you will also be very happy with the amount of success, appreciation that comes because you have done all the hard work. So for Taurus, I will say it's a beautiful transit. The only drawback is that Venus is also your 6th lord, and that means 6th lord is in the 4th house. On one side, this can take away any problems related to home loan, but on the other hand, this can also mean that you are more worried about how you will buy the dream car, and you're not living in the moment. You are more worried about the future. So people who are completely under debt, credit card debt, student loan, home loan, will see a lot of relief. But the relief will not come at a cost of less work. The relief will come because you are now getting opportunity. So this is an opportunity giving transit for you. Gemini. Now in case of Gemini, Venus transit will happen in your 3rd house. But your trine is under a lot of influence of retrograde Saturn. This retrograde Saturn, if it is making you do a lot of difficult things, if it is making your life a bit difficult, Venus can counter this by coming in the Kama Trikona. So Venus in the 3rd house is that hope that helps you recover from any difficult situation, and your expression such as writing, such as your vocabulary will become very creative and expressive. So maybe you want to share your heart with someone, you want to share your emotions, this is the time. But you have to choose the right platform, because there can be instances where Saturn is very restrictive, or it is just making you blabber, making you throw everything out. Both are wrong. So you have to find the right platform to express, share and find solutions. Astrology is one such platform, healing is another, counseling is also a very good platform in this case. When Venus goes in the third house, usually your connection with your siblings improves, you will have a good time with them, but avoid any ego-related tussle, because there can be one argument can destroy your relationship with your sisters, with your cousins. So be careful there. Also, Venus in the third house shows that you will take beautiful initiatives towards life. So maybe suddenly you will feel the career change is very much needed, and therefore you will want to travel and travel abroad. So if you are willing to take some leisure trips, you are willing to take some, breathing space, this is the time. But on the other hand, Venus for Gemini rules 5th house. 5th lord going in the third house also shows that your appetite to take risk also increases. But you are scared because you don't know whether you are right or wrong. That is why you need a second pair of eyes to see and suggest you about your actions, about your decisions, your initiatives. So maybe a peer review, discussing with your loved ones is a good choice here. Cancer zodiac sign. For Cancer ascendant Kark Lagna, Venus will be in the second house. A second house Venus, which is leaving by your ascendant, by the way, wants to bring your happiness and focus on the matters which are very personal and dear to you. Something that represents your security, especially the securities in your relationship, your emotional security, your security of emotions related to marriage. And because there is a retrograde Mercury, you will also see that there are expenses which are uncontrolled in nature. This can be emotionally driven expenses. This can be expenses because you love someone so much that you want to do over the top things. Everything is fine as long as you are managing it well, as long as you are keeping a tab on unnecessary drain of money. A second house Venus in the sign of Leo along with Mercury also means that you will try different cuisines. You will try to eat food of different origin, different countries, different specialities. And say you are into the field of restaurant and hospitality, if you are a chef, this is going to be something which is brilliant for you. But someone who is already at a very high position, like you are a very senior chef in a very senior hotel, or you are in the Michelin star, you are of that caliber, Venus, retrograde Mercury and retrograde Saturn in the 8th will change the way you perceive food and perceive taste. This is the transit which has the potential to turn vegetarians into non-vegetarians and non-vegetarians into vegetarians. One of the reasons being Saturn being retrograde in the 8th house and your hatred towards anything that is non-vegetarian. Mostly people will be focused on the vegan side of the life. On the other hand, this is also a money-giving transit. Financially, this is going to be a very good, it is going to bring you opportunities, it is going to make you see investments in a different angle. So Mata Lakshmi's Kripa will be on you. If you chant Shri Suktam and Mahalakshmi Mantra, it will be great, and you should also donate some money. After all, second house Venus is with 12th house Mercury. Leo. Now in case of Leo, Venus will be in the first house. Now if you observe, the Venus is very important for you. It rules your 3rd house and 10th house. Now when the Karma Lord Shukra comes in the first house, it shows that you are bringing actions and initiatives towards your own self, towards your own personality. It will make you very positive. Your aura will become expansive. You will be hopeful in life. You will also see that the power of the sun, especially from the 16th of August onward, when Sun and Venus will be together in one zodiac sign, the power of the sun will be such that it will give you a lot of motivation. You will talk with conviction and you will show the creative side of yourself. So if you are into creative pursuits, if you are someone who wants to maybe paint, maybe you have some humor to share, this is going to be a time to go viral. This is the time to become popular. Name, fame will come for you. Also, this is going to change the way you explore your personality. This is going to change the way you explore your dressing. Because Venus controls the textiles, you will also see that if you are in fashion industry, it will be a very good opportunity for you. So for Leo, it's a very positive transit as long as you can keep your insecurities in check, because Sun will be in the 12th house. If your insecurities are controlled, you can do better than anybody else. When Venus aspects the 7th house, this shows that you will be you will show over the top love for your life partner, which is okay, but you should not show this out of insecurity, because there is a very high chance that because you think that you might lose something or someone, you are trying to hold on to that. You are trying to be more giving in that point of time. Well, if something is moving away from your life, it might be because of the retrograde Saturn effect, which is in the 7th house for you, which means you will also have to respect your own self before you try to bring someone in life or something in life. So in this case, you will have to be at high moral ground and value yourself. Not that you are selfish, but you are self-respecting. Virgo. Now for Virgo, Venus rules your 9th house and 2nd house. It's a very, very important house, and this Venus goes in the 12th house. Now how will you explain this? 12th house is not a bad place for Venus. It only means that you will earn more from foreign land by interacting with people of different culture and society. So a lot of traveling is on the cards. Second Lord Mercury will be also in the 12th house, retrograde. So this also shows that expenses cannot be controlled, but what you have to do is focus on investments, proper investments, and you have to take great care of your health. If you take a lot of healing, it will be great for you. Venus and Mercury in the 12th house also shows that donation towards the female side of the world, the poor girls' education, that's a very good remedy here. When Venus and Mercury are in the 12th house, you need to focus your chitta, your subconscious mind, to divine feminine. The Mata Mahalakshmi, Ma Bhagavati, Mata Durga, Mata Parvati, or Mata Tripura Sundari. Chanting mantras, suktam, doing havan of the goddesses will actually work greatly for you, especially if you are a Virgo moon sign, because your mind will experience Venus in the 12th house. On one side, it can give you a lot of expenses, but on the other side, it can give you eternal bliss, everlasting peace of mind. Through Seva Dharma, 6th house retrograde Saturn, it throws out the problem and brings out the positive things. And that is the power of your ascendant Lord being in the 12th house. You're losing yourself to gain something positive. So this is the time for complete surrender to the Divine Mother. And for people who want to travel abroad, who want to expand their business outside their local space, who want to go into a different territory, this can be a very good transit for you. Libra. In case of Libra, if you observe, you are ruled by Shukradev, Venus. Your Venus goes in the 11th house. 11th house is the house of network circle. So this is going to make you rework on your network circle. It is going to make you think who is your friend and who is your enemy. You may hear 10 different things about people you love, something negative, some positive. You should not decide on the basis of what you hear, but unless you know that the information is 100% right. Don't be judgmental in life. This Venus is going to give you new career opportunities. Your 11th Lord is also in the 10th house. So overall, with respect to money, career, it is a very good time. You might have the company of some very, very powerful, rich people, and you might explore new aspects of life, especially the luxurious aspects of life when Venus will be in Leo. You would want to live grand, but the only problem is because your 12th Lord is in the 11th house, you may end up overspending the money after 5th of August because Mercury will be retrograding towards the 10th house. But if you have a foreign connection, if you want to work in a foreign company, if you want to move to a different city and country, this is really a positive time for that. So you can plan something in that angle. So say for example, you want to give some examination that enables you move abroad, maybe you can pursue that. But one thing you will have to make sure that you should not be very over friendly with people with which you are, say in a group you are sharing your heart, but don't overdo anything. Otherwise this will be used against you. On the other hand, your network circle, your office, your workspace might take away most of your time, and you will find it hard to share time with your children. So don't take that away from your family and have a wonderful time both in office and in your home. Otherwise, if you balance this, Venus transit is going to be exceptionally good. Also because this is your 8th lord in the 11th house, this is going to bring transformation in your source of income. So maybe new career opportunities will come your way. Scorpio. Now in case of Scorpio, Venus transit will happen in the 10th house. A 10th house is not a great position for Venus, but if you are an actor, if you are a celebrity, if you are into social work, it is going to give you charm, positivity, and your vibe will be very strong, bold, impactful and effective. Say you are into the field of media and arts, you will be known for your work, but because of retrograde Mercury, you might also be known for other things which are not so popular. So be very careful when you're communicating something, when you're speaking something, when you are talking about certain aspects of your own business, your own career, or about someone, because this can become controversial. Don't forget that for Scorpio, Rahu is in the 5th house and Saturn is in the 4th house. It has the potential to create an illusion in your mind that you are thinking on the right direction, and suddenly out of ego you say something and all things become sour. But on the positive side, at a very simple level, Venus in the 10th house in Leo with retrograde Mercury is actually a very good transit. It helps you bring back your lost job, your lost designation. It will help you bounce back to your positive glory. So it's a time of name, fame and financial success, especially for people who are in the commerce side of things, like you are an MBA, you are a chartered accountant, you are an underwriter. This can be a very, very positive transit. So make the best use of it while Venus is in the 10th house. Just ensure one thing, that egoistic communication should be avoided at any cost, because the next journey of Venus is with Ketu. One wrong mistake and you will be in the bad books of your supervisors, and the same people who love you will now start having problems with you. So try to keep things at a very diplomatic level, and even when there is hot sun and you have to work hard, smile. Sagittarius. In case of Sagittarius, Venus rules your 6th and 11th house, and Venus goes in the 9th house. Definitely this shows that travel is on the cards. 11th lord is Bhavat Bhavam, so this shows gain of income. This also shows that you will be healed and lot of healing energies will come to you. A 9th house Venus also means that you are going to visit a Devi temple, or maybe your inclination towards Ma Bhagavati and Mata Lakshmi will increase. And so chanting Durga Saptashati, chanting Shri Suktam, Mahalakshmi mantra is very, very auspicious when Venus is in Dharma Bhav. But also it will give you a lot of knowledge of the material world of Maya. So some trade secrets, some secret of business will come in your mind, new ideas will come in your mind. You will be very creative in your own approach, especially people who want to be more creative in life by expanding your education, especially if you are in the field of art and music. It's a great time for you. People who travel to different cities and countries for tours, for events, you will also see that things are becoming very positive. See, Shukra is Shukracharya, Daitya Guru Shukracharya. Going in the Simbha Rashi in the 9th house definitely shows the occult side of this transit. Add to the presence of Sun in the 8th house in Pushya and Ashlesha Nakshatra. Then bring retrograde Mercury, which is your, by the way, 10th lord, moving from 9th house to the 8th house in reality. All this shows that there will be sudden events in your life, but you will be at your peace. You will be able to enjoy, manage a lot of things in life with a lot more conviction and with creative self-expression. So it's a very positive transit for you. It's a destiny making and destiny changing transit for you. Capricorn. For Capricorn, Venus transit is very unique. Venus will be transiting in the 8th house. And with the Venus, you will see your 9th lord is present. There is a Vipreet Rajyog. So a lot is happening for Capricorn here. For Capricorn, Venus is very important because Shukra rules your 5th house, Shukra rules your 10th house. And this means change of career. You may find it difficult to cope up with the role given to you. It's more like a fighting role. You may have to invest a lot of time, energy. You may have to learn a lot of things. But this is going to be a very good transit overall for you. It's a highly occult transit. It's a transit that changes your livelihood. You want to change domain, you want to change company, you want to change career. This is the time. You want to follow your passion. You want to invest into new learning. Say you want to do MBA after 15 years of career. This is the time. So Venus transit in the 8th house is a luck changing, destiny changing time, not just by sheer presence, but because of the 9th lord getting retrograde in the 8th house. This also means that there will be sudden changes in your life with respect to your family of your life partner. So their energy shifts that is happening in their life may impact your own personal life. Their words may impact you more. Their financial changes may impact you more. Their family, that means your in-laws, what is happening in your in-laws family will impact you more. But because Jupiter is there in the 5th house, and now Mars is also there in the 5th house, there is a lot of relief. What should you do? Invest your money in long-term investments. If you want to dilute something, if you want to sell off something like your inherited property, this can be a very good time. It's a very good time for people who are into the field of medicine, research work, agriculture, or even pharmaceutical industry. If you are into making of herbs, oils, it's a very good time. So if you want to invest something in learning and education, which can help you change your career, Venus in the 8th house will help you greatly in this. Aquarius. Now in case of Aquarius, if you observe, Venus will be in your 7th house. Now your ascendant lord is retrograde, so Venus in the 7th house is a kind of a ray of hope. You are depressed, you are sad, now you are seeing something positive. But this is going to be positive as long as you want it to be positive. Because when Venus impacts Saturn, Saturn also impacts Venus. So here Venus can be in affliction under the aspect of retrograde Saturn, that too in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. So when Venus goes in Purva Falguni Nakshatra, I will make another video for that. Retrograde Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada aspecting Purva Falguni Venus is like two opposite spectrum of the life. On one side you have Venus in completely joyful and enjoyful mode, that too in the 7th house, its own space. On the other hand, Saturn is retrograding in Purva Bhadrapada, trying to grill you and make you take lot of sacrifices, lot of hits. So this is the time where for some time you need to see outside your own space and find a breather. Maybe go on a trip, maybe spend good time with your life partner. And for a change, enjoy the success of other people. Sometimes find joy in some other person's joy if your life is not showing anything positive. That is the message of Venus. It wants you to shift your attention to the other world, to your family, people around you. People are laughing, people are enjoying. Why are you sad? You should also have a smile on your face and enjoy. For this you chant Om Sham Shanashcharai Namah, Om Sham Shanashcharai Namah. Simple basic Shani Dev mantra. This will help you a lot and you will see that balance will come, and if life is imbalanced, balance will be restored in your life. Marriage, relationship, business, it is going to give you multifaceted success. You know why? Because Venus rules your 4th house and 9th house. When 9th lord goes in the 7th house, destiny will favor you because Venus is aspecting your ascendant. Expenses might happen, but you might choose not to save money, but to save your identity, that means if you are miser, you will end up losing some money so that you feel free. Here buying new clothes, visiting a relative's place, taking a small trip, doing something that you have not done before, fulfilling your desires is the theme of this transit. Pisces. Now in case of Pisces as an ascendant, Venus transit will happen in your 6th house. A 6th house Venus is a kind of Venus which is in Maradkaraka Sthan. You have to be careful about your own health. This Venus has a tendency to interfere in the workings of business and marriage, and there can be employee related problems, there can be problems related to subordinates, there can be problems related to health also. But you have to understand one thing, When Venus is with retrograde Mercury in the 6th house, this can also be greatly a healing transit, because your 4th lord is in 6th house along with Venus, which is basically for you a very important planet. It's a Vipreet Rajyog, by the way. It shows that you should put your efforts into pushing things in a creative manner, taking an extra step, doing something extra, also focusing on healing, recovery, holistic sciences, aromatherapy, flowers, gardening, being in close proximity to the nature, watching the sunrise, doing Surya Namaskar, and also focusing on your own overall health, gut health, digestive system. And if you are a patient of diabetes, you should be extra careful about the sugar that you consume. Overall, Venus transit in the 6th house is a healing transit. If you're a healer, if you're a doctor, if you're into similar such field, you will see positive side of this transit. But on the general level, this can be a little damaging to relationship, and you may feel a slight discomfort, especially in marriage, when Venus will be especially hitting retrograde Mercury on 8th of August. So the best thing that you can do is seva. The more service oriented you are, the better your life will be. A Tripura Sundari mantra, Tripura Sundari, Mata Tripura Sundari Havan is going to be working brilliantly for you, because now you will be bowing down in front of the Divine Mother.